Hello, good day, students. I hope that you all are doing good. I am your social studies teacher, Vanessa Honey Thomas, from St. John's High School. Today's lesson is from History, Chapter 1, The Decline of the Mughals, Part 2. The name of the book is Know Your World. I hope you all will enjoy the lesson and concentrate it carefully because at the last you will get the home task. So let's start. The recap of the previous section is which I had explained that the Mughal ruled India from 1526 till 1857. The Lodi were the last dynasty in Delhi before the Mughal established their presence. In 1526, at Panipat, a battle was fought between Babur and Lodi army. Lodi army was defeated. The Mughal dynasty laid its foundation in the Indian subcontinent in the early 16th century. These are the pictures of the first 6 Mughals emperors of the Mughal dynasty: Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb. Changed the face of India with their political and intellectual power. Here are the main facts on the 6 major Mughal emperors in the Indian history. Babur, the first Mughal emperor, and his period was 1526 till 1530. He ruled India for 4 years. He laid the foundation of Mughals. The second Mughal emperor, Humayun, son of Babur, his period was 1530 till 1540 and 1555 till 1556. There was a gap of 15 years in ruling of his kingdom because Sher Shah defeated Humayun. He lost his power but gained it in 1555. Akbar, the third Mughal emperor. His period was 1556 till 1605. He ruled India for 49 years. The fourth Mughal emperor, Jahangir, his period was 1605 till 1627. He ruled for 22 years. Shah Jahan, the fifth Mughal emperor, and his period was 1628 till 1658. He ruled 30 years. Aurangzeb, the last Mughal emperor, who was the last powerful emperor, his period was from 1659 till 1707. He ruled for 48 years. Looking back, the beginning of the 17th century was the significant period for the Mughal Empire. Event that happened at this time both within the empire and outside influenced the dynasty of the Mughals. By the 18th century, the shape of the empire had changed drastically. From there, the decline of the Mughals started. So today's topic is the decline of the Mughals. In the end of the 17th century, the Mughal Empire reached on its peak. It was extended over 400 kilometers of land to over nearly followed the Indian subcontinent territories including parts of Afghanistan. The empire was one of the biggest to have existed in the Indian subcontinent. The Mughal Empire was considered the golden age period in India. In the 18th century, the Mughal Empire had lost its glory. As you can see on the screen and in your book as well on page number 1, the map of the Indian subcontinent, the symbol of dark green color, shows the territory of the Mughal Empire based in Delhi. The shape of the Mughal Empire had changed drastically. The successive rulers after Aurangzeb were weak, unworthy, lack of motivation, and commitment to rule the empire strongly. The light green color represent Muslims. With the decline of the Mughal Empire, a number of provinces ceased from the empire and several independent states came into existence in the Indian subcontinent. The symbol of yellow color represents Hindus ruling territories. They were in power to rule the subcontinent, which includes Rajput, Marathas, Deccans, Mysore, and Travancore. In the next slide is how did the decline of the Mughal Empire begins? When Emperor Jahangir gave the British permission to trade with India, he did not know that he was actually setting the stage for the end of the Mughal rule in India and the takeover of the subcontinent by the British. Second point, the Mughal Empire was at the peak during that time of the 17th century. The real downfall of the Mughal Empire began in the last days of Aurangzeb. In the first half of the 18th century, sharp decline of the Mughals because after the death of Aurangzeb, the Mughal Empire broke down due to the internal quarrels among nobles in the court, the attacks from outside, and the inefficiencies of the rulers. Causes of the decline of the Mughal Empire are: number 1, Aurangzeb's policies; number 2, weak successors of Aurangzeb; number 3, no definite law of succession; number 4, empty treasury; number 5, invasions; number 6, size of the empire and challenge from regional powers. Number 1. Now I will explain you in detail. Aurangzeb's policies. Point number 1. Aurangzeb failed to realize that the most Mughal empire depended on the willing support of the people. Number 2. He lost the supports of the Rajputs who had contributed greatly to the strength of the empire. They had acted as pillars of supports. Point number 3. The wars with the Sikh, the Marathas, the Jats and the Rajputs had drained the resources of the Mughals. The next heading is weak successors of Aurangzeb. None of the Aurangzeb's successors were competent enough to protect Mughal Empire's territories from their enemies. Point number 2. The absence of a strong ruler, an efficient bureaucracy and capable army had made the Mughal Empire weak. The next heading is no definite law of succession. There was no clear-cut rule as a Mughal emperor. Therefore, every time an emperor either died or was imprisoned by one of his own sons. The next heading is empty treasury. Aurangzeb's successors spent their lives living lavishly on the expense of the taxes paid by the suffering poor laborer and merchants. Point 2. They spent the empire fortune building monuments in their names, and as a result, foreign invasions absolutely crumbled the economy of the state. The next heading is invasions. Foreign invasions destroyed the remaining strength of the Mughals. As a result, Mughal emperor broke up into pieces. Point 2. The invasion of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali resulted in further drainage of wealth. They took away huge amount of wealth from the Mughal treasury. The next heading is size of the empire and challenge from regional powers. The Mughal empire had become too large to be controlled by any rulers from one center, that is Delhi. The great Mughals were efficient and exercised control over, but the later Mughals had poor administration. The last point is, as a result, the distant provinces became independent states. The rise of independent states led to the disintegration of the Mughal Empire. Now your home task is question 1. Differentiate the 17th century and the 18th century of Mughal Empire. Question 2. What are the causes of the decline of the Mughal Empire? Question 3. By the first half of the 18th century, why the Mughals declined sharply? Students, after doing your homework, on foolscap sheet paper, punch it in a file and submit in school office every Monday with your name and class written on it. In end, I wish you good health, stay home and be safe. God bless you all. Thank you.